I love doing little capsule reviews. Right here we have a 200S Chrysler all-wheel drive. This car's total price is $34,250. Now, one of the funny things that always got me about Toyota and Honda is that they don't bother to build any all-wheel drive cars. Now, I do understand that most crossovers offer more ground clearance and they also offer all-wheel drive. And mostly with the ground clearance, that justifies you having the all-wheel drive system. The thing about it is there's some people who do not like driving in crossovers. There's also people who don't like driving in SUVs. This right here is a 200S Chrysler, and this is what you can expect. For $35,000, it comes pretty much fully loaded. Heated and cooled seats, air conditioning is automatic. It comes with this metallic addition applique inside that you see all the way around. Then on top of that, you have this Uconnect, the big Uconnect screen that you find in all the Chrysler Fiat products. And inside this car, the bolstering of the seats, strangely enough, is actually better than the SRT that I actually have. And I find that kind of annoying because I actually liked the old SRT seats a lot better. But this is really, really nice. And you have the all double panel sunroof. And it looks pretty damn good. Buttons look great. Some people may, if you're watching this video, most likely you're considering getting yourself an all-wheel drive 200. But it's a really good looking car. And it feels like an entry luxury car. It really feels like a luxury car of old. But now, you know, mostly luxury has to do with the name that you get on top of whatever the car is. You know, if you have Mercedes-Benz and you have a CLA, a lot of people would think a Mercedes-Benz CLA is a better car than this. The thing about it is, for $35,000, this car begins $5,000 below where a Mercedes CLA starts. And if you ask most people about the Mercedes CLA, people who've never had a rear-wheel drive Mercedes before will tell you the CLA is an awesome car. The thing about it is a lot of people who've had rear-wheel drive Mercedes and BMW cars will tell you the CLA is a piece of shit. Now, me personally, I'm in it for the value and I'm in it to get as much as I can for the money. And most of you are too, especially if you're watching this review. You can almost notice that this car sits slightly higher because of the all-wheel drive system. It comes with a great set of wheels. Looks pretty good. And it has a decent amount of seat space too. If you're a small 5-foot woman or a 6-foot tall guy, you'd be very comfortable in this car. Now, I'm damn near 7 feet tall, and because of that, I'm not comfortable in this car as much as I am the 300 and the Charger. However, if I really needed a luxury car and I really needed luxury in front and back, I'd probably end up, if I had to get a car in the same range, I'd probably end up getting a Hyundai Genesis, because the Hyundai Genesis has a lot of leg space in the back and the front. And I'm not afraid to give props where props are due. This is a really good looking car, great looking wheels. And as you can see, you've already seen the 200 on the road. You know what this car is about. It's a good car. While I'm waiting for Chrysler to put that Hellcat motor in the 300 so I can trade in my car, these are the options that you have to look at. One of the reasons why I do these videos is because when I show these videos to people and I help sell cars, I actually get a small chunk of profit off of it. I get a little bit of a commission. So far, I've sold or helped sell 4 different Hellcats. So far, it's only been Challengers. I haven't helped sell any Chargers yet. But I made a decent amount off of commission. You know, over, what, a little over $1,800. You know, so that's one of the reasons why I make these videos. I also helped sell a couple Mercedes CLAs. And the thing about it is, these are really, really good cars. And as long as you got a new car with the warranty, there's nothing to really worry about because everything's pretty much already taken care of. If you're looking for an all-wheel drive car, you've probably already seen the 200, but the problem is Chrysler doesn't advertise the all-wheel drive benefits, and they don't really advertise this car as much as I really think they should. They really need to advertise this car more, but it looks like what they're hoping is that people will just drive it around and everybody will see it and ask about it, and it looks like that's their main way of advertising. For $35,000, where else are you going to get an all-wheel drive car that looks this good, has relatively inexpensive parts for later on when you have to get repairs, and has a great Uconnect touch infotainment system? Where else are you going to get it? Where else are you going to get it? But the one thing that does kill me about Chrysler is that they haven't made an all-wheel drive Hemi station wagon yet. Like, they made the Magnum, but they discontinued the Magnum. There's no 392 Magnum, there's no Hellcat Magnum. I'd be really happy to see a rear-wheel drive Magnum Hellcat, but I don't know if Chrysler's going to make it because that guy Sergio Marconi, I don't really understand if he understands how to sell cars to Americans. So I'm starting to wonder about that guy now. But that's the 200. That's what it looks like inside and out. And it's a really good looking car. I'd buy this long before a goddamn Honda Accord, and I'd buy it long before Acura anything. Fuck the TL and the TLX. I wouldn't buy that shit. You know, it's just not worth the money. And some people will tell you it is, but I'll tell you what, when you have to replace that transmission, or you have to go and get your new pair of those 19-inch tires, and you find out that your tires cost more than the tires that I have that are performance tires that go up to 200 miles an hour, that's when you'll understand Acura ain't shit, and neither is Honda. Toyota Camry are boring appliances. I would never buy one of those. I'd buy this long before I'd buy that. But most likely I'd end up in a Dodge Charger. This one right here is a 200 Limited. When you get a 200 Limited, you do get a lower payment. Unfortunately, that lower payment also translates into less equipment. Obviously, you're not getting all-wheel drive. You're only getting the 2.4-liter multi-air turbo engine. $24,000, which is, you know, $25,000 plus tax. So you're going to figure you got another $1,500 to $200,000 worth of tax and deal fees. Yeah, the interior looks good, but it really is rental grade. It doesn't feel special. It looks good, though. It still looks good. Unfortunately, you got that right there. Unfortunately, without that extra $1,000, you don't get the cool radio. You get the regular air conditioning, the regular heated seats, but you don't get the ventilated seats. And that's the difference. Also, there's nothing cool to look at when you look at the roof. There's no panoramic moonroof. That could be a deal breaker for some people. But then again, if your credit's really not that good and you don't have a lot of money, you'd be lucky just to get into any car right now. So, you know, you can get this with all-wheel drive, you can get this with more equipment, but this is what you're looking at. And apparently whoever was driving in this thing before me had very long legs because they were sitting way back. They must have been driving gangsta. How about that? And whoever was sitting in the other seat obviously was not. But this is what you're looking at. Electronic transmissions are the future. And, you know, the problem is if you have electronic transmission and electronic steering, some hacker, that's like basically begging a hacker to hack your car and drive your shit right off a bridge into the water. But all cars are going that way now, and it looks like they're trying to make everything automated. I'll be goddamned if I'll ever let a robot drive my car. It's like you'll pry my steering wheel out of my cold, dead hands. And this obviously is the Dodge Charger. Because it's not a Hellcat and because it's not a 392 Charger, you automatically know that this is the Pentastar V6. Interior is very similar to that 300 or that 200 we just looked at, and it's got a rental grade interior, mostly plastics and everything. They're gonna redesign these and they're gonna make them a little bit better. But fortunately, it does come with that 8-speed shifter hooked to that V6, which actually gives this car a feeling like it was an older V8. It's got a lot of power. And it's actually pretty fast. I've seen these V6s run pretty fast on Facebook, you know, at night when these kids borrow their parents' car and they're out there testing them. The Charger does not come with a panoramic roof, but it does have the option for a regular panel moonroof. And the price on these isn't really that bad. You can get a Chargers anywhere between $27,000 and you can, you know, get it with better engines and all that, but still a good looking car. Still a decent car, and it's a great daily driver, especially if you get the all-wheel drive. If you're going to get the V6, you might as well get the all-wheel drive. You'll save on fuel costs, and if you live in a cold climate with lots of ice and snow, you know, that's the best way to save money, drive stylishly, and feel like a boss when you're driving, you know? This car has a great exterior, great interior, and it looks pretty damn good. Good looking car, you know? They redesigned the front, they redesigned the back. It's a lot sharper. It looks like a shark.